Hello, this is Timothy Bishop, January 27th, 1992. This is to be an extremely private tape, and I suggest now that if this is not Timothy Bishop listening to this, I suggest you turn this tape off right now. I'm just kidding, by the way. Also, I'm post-commentating this again. Why am I so depressed and quiet? There I am going by the Earth Isle, and I can see that I don't have my Power Bracelets yet, so I have to go find those now. I don't know where I'm going to look. So I guess I'm just going to start with the first thing that comes to mind, which is the thing I've been talking about doing, that Needle Rock Isle, which I am now sailing towards. Maybe this can just be the depressed episode. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but yes, I am post-commentating this again, because I had such a good time doing that last time. So as I step onto the island, a chew jelly spawns and I ignore it, because I just don't care about anything anymore. You might as well call me Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Actually, there is something kind of cool that happens here though, and I would be remiss not to point it out. I was just aiming my fire arrow when a bird flew in front of the camera and I pulled out my sail. It was stupid, so I decided to target the bird with my fire arrow, but guess what happened? 2 for the price of 1, baby. That's kind of hard not to be somewhat happy about, I guess. But anyway, I jumped into the hole, and there was blackness. Oh yeah, and then there was this room. I knew I was going to run into this room sooner or later in the playthrough. You know, I don't think this is working. This is not fun. Okay, it was fun for the first, like, minute or two, or whatever, minute and 45 seconds here, but yeah. So we're just lighting up all the torches here. I don't know, maybe I should go back to my depressed self. Maybe that was kind of fun. Anyway, oh man. Oh, black water, keep on rolling, Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on. Couldn't stop singing that the other night, and it's been stuck in my head, literally, for the last 48 hours, I tell you. You know, it's funny, I would make fun of my January 27th tape, given that today is actually January 29th, so not too far from that. I remember I had a tape on January 29th, 1993, the year after, and I was watching Christine, the Stephen King movie, or the movie based on the Stephen King book. It wasn't a Stephen King movie. What? You think there's Michael Crichton movies? You think there's, like, Jude Law movie? Wait, no, he's an actor. Anyway, oh, sorry, it was just clearing my throat, like yogurt. Oh yeah, well, apparently we got 2 letters in the mail. I wish I thought about this sooner, because I did think about it in between recordings that I had a couple of letters I could have mailed off. And I do that later in the video, but I don't think about it here, so I'm like, okay, then. Oh my god, that air purifier thing cannot make up its mind. It's like blowing loud, blowing quiet, I tell you. Anyway, what's the other letter? Oh, it's from my sister. And I read like every other text box, and then I skip the rest. I don't know. I love that they took the time to animate Link's eyes, like, you know, moving back and forth as he reads the letter. It's just a cute little detail. Not something you would normally appreciate, but what she did send me was the 5th Tingle statue, so I'm like, okay, I guess we'll go to Tingle Island then and see what's what when we get there. How far away is that, though? No, it's right there. Okay, alright, very good. We got silly putty water again. So let's see, how much of this did I show? I think I showed most of it. I don't know, like, I was a little bit torn, you know, because it's like, all I really need to do is just show myself talking to them. But it also, the island is pretty. There's this little, you know, bed of flowers in the middle. And I stopped for a second thinking, you know, maybe my pickup would actually be there. But it wasn't. So we climb up the ladder. There's a lot of climbing ladders in the first part of this episode. I don't know why that happens, but it's just, you know, it's whatever. White Tingle says, heave-ho, this is heavy, and, well, he doesn't really give me anything, so I'm like, okay, maybe I get the reward from Tingle himself. That would make sense. But then he ropes me into paying to translate my Triforce charts, which, okay, I'll do that. I did that here, because I thought maybe if I did it, it would push him into the next section of dialogue, and then he'd be like, oh yeah, you got the statues, here's this too. So I got a chart deciphered, for whatever that's worth. I don't know if I'll ever check it out, I might need to. Pretty sure the treasure charts are turned off, and by proxy that would mean the Triforce charts as well. But, as we've seen, it's not impossible for there to be pieces of ass in those, or whatever. Funny thing, when I talked to the Pink Tingle, he actually gave me the reward right here, so... And then he gave me something else, so... I'm not sure I understand exactly why he gave me two things there, or what the second thing was for, or maybe the first thing was for something else, and the second thing was for the statues. Who knows? Either way, I'm going to go on assuming that we got whatever we needed to get here, and we're pretty much done with this island for the rest of this playthrough, and possibly for the rest of my life. Gee, that's depressing. Maybe I should go back to talking depressed now, but I'm not going to do that. We are going to do the Earth Temple in this video, believe it or not. All of it is in this video. I just wanted to get it done, so we will get over there to it. Don't worry, there's some cute shots of Medli. I didn't leave her out or anything like that, because she deserves all the, you know, all the, well, what? She deserves all the admiration in the world. There we go. I was trying to find a word that didn't sound scummy. You know, like she deserves all the exposure. No, please, no. That shark is down there, like, whatever. This is one more, according to my tracker, there was one more lookout platform that I hadn't done yet, and I didn't believe it, so I decided to come here and check it out. And, well, wouldn't you know it, it turns out I didn't do this one. Did a pretty good job dodging the whiz robes, though. In one of my rare moments of actual, like, decent gameplay, I decided to leave it in. How did I not get hit there, though? I don't know. It's like I kept trying to hit him with the arrows. So I hit him with the fire arrows, actually one-shots him, which is pretty cool. That might be because of the granny bonus, because you can see I still have the double attack bonus active, which is part of why I was trying not to, so hard not to get hit here. I do lose it at some point, I don't remember what to. It's something. More than likely something stupid, too. But hey, who knows. Anyway, so what do we got here? It's not going to be like before, where my sword upgrade was on the last lookout platform or anything, right? I still don't know where my sword upgrades are. Spoilers, I don't find either of them in this video. My sword's still at level 2 out of 4. Here's where I finally went back and decided to mail off those things that I got burning a hole in my delivery bag over here. So we got the notes of Mom. This is from Baito, the mailman, for playing the minigame and all. Just never mailed off his letter, so I'm like, well, here, you might as well do it now. It's only 10 rupees. We can send it off, no problem. Speaking of which, this thing with me, like, trying to pay Funk back for the hotel because they charged his card and not mine. I tried to, you know, do it through my bank, through Zelle, but it took me into this freaking one of these, you know those things where you have to call a number to verify that it's you, and you go through this whole little mini dungeon of text options or whatever. So I went through this thing. I was sitting there for like 15 minutes playing around trying to figure out where to go to verify that this was me, and all it was asking, they kept thinking that, like, I was looking for my account balance, or I was trying to, you know, like, report a stolen card, just everything in the world. Anyway, we played this all the time here. So what I ended up doing was deciding to write him a check for the money, and I'm going to send it to him in the mail, which is what made me think of it. And I'm going to send it inside of a Valentine card, which is hilarious. But, again, yeah, we got the Power Bracelets, finally! So we're finally able to do the Earth Temple now, thank God. I didn't know how long it was going to take me to find this, but I was like, well, since I found it this soon, might as well go and do the temple now. I was a little hesitant because because many people consider this to be one of the lesser temples in the game, but we're finally sailing back here, and this time we won't have to sail by a depressed. We can sail... alright, man, I'm so glad I'm not still talking depressed. Can you imagine if I tried to do that for the entire video? No, Medli deserves better than that. Little sand crab. Cute. Well, that platform there, if this was Outer Wilds, that platform would probably mean something. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to record more Echoes of the Eye after this. I don't know, I've just been on sort of a routine of doing it every night. From 10 to midnight. Let's record Echoes of the Eye. Got a couple of ideas of things I can do in that game, so it's pretty cool. But it is taking up a lot of my time putting these videos together, because this, I'm probably going to do it like I did with the base game, which is to say I'm going to just make it all one video. But, like, I already got 3 hours of edited footage here. Okay, apparently it took me forever to... Aw, sweet little Medli. Squinting her eyes as she tries to fly with all that weight. There you go. Do like the look of this door, even if the spikes are a little dangerous. Oh, this temple is something else, though. Boy, I remember my first time playing this game, though. This room had me stumped for the longest time. I just didn't understand how things worked. And so I was just like, whatever. I'm not even bothering with the pipes anymore, or the pots or whatever, trying to open them up. I'm just like, okay, that's fine. So we gotta step on both switches here, which means get on one myself, play the command melody, have Medli block the camera like a piece of grass or something, like it's always doing in that one town. And then take her to the other switch. Just remember where it is. And try not to fly into the spikes, will you? And if at all possible, try and save the car. There you go. Then we open the door. See, I shouldn't have turned off the command melody, because then I had to play it again and get her to come down, and it's just like, little things like that, just, yeah, really pad out the time, and I'm just like, I don't want to show all this. I'm just going to show the chests and get out of here. I mean, I do show some stuff, but anyway, there's our key, obviously. And there's us burning the curtain, just like we did in Majora's Mask. It's too bad I didn't play Majora's Mask until after this game. I don't feel like I had that much trouble with that puzzle, though. But in Majora's Mask, man, I remember it took me forever to figure out to do that. So we stone the dudes, put them on the switches, and down come the stairs. I had to go back and get Medli because I didn't have her in the room, so I had to do this all twice. Again, with padding out the time. This is exactly why I don't... why I like editing these, and also why I like post-commentating them, because it doesn't interrupt the flow. The other problem with, like, live commentary, which I would rather be doing, honestly, but... is just the fact that I leave so much unnecessary stuff in because I happen to be talking about something and I don't want to cut that part out. Whatever it is I'm talking about is probably something interesting, at least to me at the moment. And, you know, but there's so much better flow when you're not cutting every 15 seconds with the live commentary, because then you're cutting off thoughts and stuff. There were so many treasure charts in here, it got to be a little disheartening. There was one right there, and I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. This next treasure chest is another one. But first, I gotta run across the room. There goes another 15 seconds of your life that you'll never get back. Thank me. No, don't thank me, actually. Chide me. Tell me I'm wrong. Let's go. Treasure chart, baby. Don't remember which number it is. 22. 22 is such a boring number, man. I don't know. It's like, you know, when you turn 21, you can drink and everything, and all the other ages mean something for the most part, except for, like, the occasional, like, 14 and 19 and stuff. Oh yeah, you had to leave in a redet somewhere in there. But then 20 is like 2 decades, 21 is you get to drink, and then 22, there's just nothing at, like, 22 is the first of a zillion ages that don't mean anything. Except for possibly, I guess, 40 or 50 or... Well, I'm coming up on 50, so maybe I should do something. I just don't know, I don't really have any plans for my 50th birthday. It's April 5th, and it's like, I don't know. It's just another day. I'm perfectly content to just watch movies all day or play video games or whatever. Let's do the use, man. The use. Boop. Had to show this fight, obviously. I think I did another one of those stupid cut things where I, like right as I hit the second one or whatever, I cut to the last hit. And it's so hard to tell because the explosions are so violent in this game. It's just like, whatever, man. See, this cutscene right here, I didn't want to show this because it takes too long, but it's like, okay, you're thinking too much about it when you get to that point, you know? That's just what YouTube does to you, though. It's like, that's the thing, too, because being a YouTuber is weird, because especially in this day and age, you really have to, like, you're constantly trying to find ways to keep people's attention. You gotta grab their attention in the first second. You know, nowadays we have, like, shorts and stuff. Oh, I'm trying to use the hook shot here. You know, we have shorts and stuff, and I've even seen some people talk about shorts, like, you have to get their attention in the first second, because you gotta give them a reason to watch the video in the first second, and I'm like, dude, like, when did it get like this, you know? When did we get so impatient? Like, how do we even watch movies anymore? You know, if we're not willing to sit down and invest in it from the beginning or whatever. Oh, I didn't even notice, but there was a cut there. There's another one. Well, it's because I went and got all the goodie bags, and I didn't want to show myself getting those again. These constantly little decisions like this, but still, like, I don't mean to complain about it, because it's not. I mean, it's fun. This is like the greatest thing ever. It really is. I did at least have to show myself opening the door, though, you know. But anyway, enough about what I show and what I don't show. Who cares? A lot of rooms in this temple, I always forget this, but a lot of rooms in this temple seem to light up for, like, really strange reasons. There's at least one later on where it lights up because he opened up a treasure chest. I also couldn't figure out how to get Medli to do the thing, because I was trying to set her up to reflect the light, and I couldn't get her to do it. And then I realized later that, oh, she has to be the one standing in the light, not you. And once I figured that out, then because I thought maybe it was because I didn't have the mirror shield yet, or that because I hadn't opened the treasure chest that normally has the mirror shield, so maybe I hadn't unlocked her ability to do it or something. So I spent, you know, what, 5 minutes sitting there thinking about that. You know, this is the kind of shit, man, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. I don't mean to make it sound so bad, because it's not, but it has its moments when you're just like, good lord. This shouldn't be this hard. This is video games, you know? This should be as easy as everybody thinks it is, because it should be, but it sure ain't. And stairs. Yeah. If it looks cool, I usually leave it in, though. Stuff like that. So we're ready to go to the first basement. We're already there! Hell yeah! It's our first chest down here. First burp! I'm not playing it like some alternate speed here, am I? Because... yeah, okay. Well, there's our compass. Always gotta have that. Gonna open up a wall here. This is just a room further in. Usually you can tell where I am just by the map, though, so... You know... If you don't know where I am, just look there. This is not a walkthrough anymore. I mean, randomizers, by definition, shouldn't be walkthroughs. So I noticed here I had everything off the first floor, so I'm ready to go to basement 1, so let's go. Yeah. It's just like the old days with Princess Ruto pooping on my head. Only now it's Medli. In fact, Medli's probably more likely to poop than Ruto is. I mean, how often do you hear people talk about fish poop? But you hear about bird poop all the time. You hear about bird poop all the time. So let's play a song. Yeah, let's do that. I still wonder, you know what I should do? I should make like 2 versions of this video. One where I'm depressed for the whole video, and one where I'm not. That's the funny thing about it too. I could totally get away with that. I could. I literally could. I'm not going to, but good lord, could you imagine? But that's just how easy it is to make, you know, stuff. And almost any YouTuber will tell you, if you want to get the mega hits, you just gotta do the stuff that takes the least effort, because that's the stuff that does it. I mean, not that this takes a lot of effort, let me tell you. It doesn't. The recording, well, whatever. Anyway, I'm sitting here waiting for the smoke to disappear. I don't think I needed to wait for the smoke to disappear, though. I think you can pull stuff even with the smoke on you. But anyway, every time I'm in this room, I always remember Canis Sky. I was in a Skype call with her and like 4 other people one day, and I was in this room practicing. I don't know. I don't know if I could I don't know if I remembered her name last time I was in this room, because I'm pretty sure I talked about it last time I was in this room. This is another room. I was in here for fucking 10 minutes trying to figure out how to get this chest, and then I was like, oh, it's the Tingle Tuner chest. There you go. I was trying to kill the guys down in the smoke at the bottom, and like, I couldn't figure out how to do it because I didn't realize that the smoke isn't at the bottom. If you jump in the smoke, it attaches itself to you, but then when you get to the bottom, there's no smoke down there. So you can't actually fight those guys. And I was over here like putting Medli down there, trying to place her in between the two to lure them out so I could shoot them from arrows from up top. And like all this stuff I was trying to do. And all the time, all I had to do was just drop a bomb. It was that simple. Ah, yeah, then we have this room. Too many times you'll be in a room and you'll think, I wonder if I can do this without Medli, because it looks like you can. You can get so close. And then it's like, nope. And we make the statue disappear here. And in there, there's gonna be what? There's gonna be what? Another song to play, apparently. Yeah, honestly, though, as much as I talk crap about this temple, it actually was pretty pleasant just to come through here. It's pretty cozy. Except for the parts with the re-deads, but otherwise I do love a dark temple. I don't know what this has to do with the earth, though. There's not really a lot of earth. Like, I see more earth stuff in the Forbidden Woods than I see here. This is more like the Shadow Temple than anything. But hey, call it what you will. Oh yeah, and then I noticed I had a treasure over there I didn't get, so let's run over there and get that. Might as well, might as well. Now why I didn't cut straight to this chest, I don't know. I have no idea. It's because it's in the same room, so that's my logic. That's literally my logic. Piece of heart. I mean, it's like a 10-second walk, you know, and if it's that, then whatever. I think Medli ends up getting hurt here because she flashes red for a little bit in a second. Boom, just like that. Stupid coffins, I tell you. So annoying. Anyway. So I'm about to get like halfway down into basement 2, and then I'm going to look at my map and realize I got 2 more chests on basement 1, so I got to turn around, and I'm about to do that right here. Go down, look at the map, make sure. You see 2 more chests. You got to turn around, go back up. Yeah, just like that. I can say it faster than he can do it, apparently. So this is the room right here where I was like, well, wait, how do I do this? Because, like you can't use the bow and arrow as long as you're smoky. And you can't kill these guys with any other... And you can't use your sword, either. So it's like, well, what do you do? So I thought, okay, well, I'll just go get the first chest, and we'll figure out the second one later. Turns out when you open the chest, the smoke disappears. Since when is that how it works? I have no idea, but that's how it is. I imagine that must have taken me a while to figure out last time, too. I keep thinking about last time, and it makes me want to go back and watch that, but I don't have time to be wasting watching my videos. Like, that's stupid. Why would anybody do that? Anyway, there's 6 guys to kill in here, but I'm just gonna kill one, and we're going and getting the chest. That's how I'd rather do it. Hell yeah, we're speedrunning this. Just so many rupees and no space to hold them in my wallet, so that's another thing I guess I haven't found yet, is the giant's wallet, or whatever it's called in this game. So I fly over to the boss door, but lest we forget, one of the most famous rooms in this temple is one we haven't done yet. So let's just jump down here and guess where I land. Yeah. Pretty funny, actually. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. But I wouldn't be surprised if it has, and I just forgot. After 5 years, the smallest thing just kind of go over your head. Yeah, so, like, this room is notorious for being tedious, but also really cool, though. Like, every time I play this, I kind of dread this room, but when I come in here and actually do it, it's nice. You know, it's a good time. I'm just moving mirrors around, making light puzzles. There's nobody in here, you know? There's no noise, no distractions, just light, you know? I mean, the light is kind of overstimulating, I guess. If you were actually there, it would be. It's not so bad when it's just on a screen. Oh, you might have noticed earlier there was like some weird-looking stuff on the right side of the screen that looked like something was blackened out or something. That's because when I recorded this, I forgot to turn off my webcam, and I was still using the same format as I used to record Echoes of the Eye. So my face is actually on the screen right now, but I cut it out, so... I guess I could have left it in, but then it wouldn't have made any sense, because I wouldn't have been mouthing the words that I was speaking. So in this room, we got 3 skeleton guys, and I decided to just cheese it. I was like, is there any creative way that I can do this? And I thought, here we go, this is what I'll do. So, whoop, no, put them down there, just like that. Boom, yeah, just like that. At first I was dropping bombs like as fast as I could, and then I realized, well, there's no point to that, because they'll just explode each other. So put some space in between them, put some time space in between them, and boom, just like that. Then eventually I got sick of waiting and just got down there with the last one and killed it with my sword. Like, you could see the 2 goodie bags right there, so there was only 1 left. So I don't know why I stood up here for this long trying to bomb this guy. Yeah, I'm just like, screw it. That is a lovely sound that it makes, though, when you blow them up. Oh, yes. Good stuff. Give me that chest. I think this is the last one, actually. It's the last room right here. This room is just off to the side from the giant mirror room, which is why we're suddenly doing this instead of pushing mirrors around. So we finally got the mirror room done. You know, I'd be very curious to see how speedrunners do that room, if there's a way to cheese it. It would be fun, just to find out. I have a bit of trouble lighting this up, actually. I'm like, light it up. And I don't hold it for long enough, and it goes back out, and I'm like, ah, shit. And Link looks, he's rolling his eyes, as anyone would. But there we go. Now, I don't remember this door opening this way, with like every other panel going in the opposite way. That's weird. Don't remember that at all. Anyway, Medli's dizzy. So let's go fight the boss. Or wait. No, we're not fighting the boss, we're getting the boss key. Right. Boy, just when you think you're done with this temple, I swear. Anyway. So I pulled out my leaf at some point here. I don't really know how else to deal with these skulls. You can use ice arrows, but you can't really lock onto them, so it gets kind of difficult to really hit them with it. You can do it, but it's better just to use the leaf. Leaf and the sword. And the helm splitter. I had a couple of incidents here with this guy. He knocked me down because I kept... Like, the A thing kept happening right as I would lock on, and I wasn't ready for it. I always think, like, oh, you're going to lock on, and then it's going to happen like a few seconds later, and then you have to react to it. See, my brain is telling me, get ready to react to the sound. It's not telling me, like, react to the sound now because the sound is happening now. There's a difference there between anticipating something and it just happening, you know, before you get a chance to get in anticipation mode. Does that make any sense? That's why I wasn't reacting to that. It always gets me when that happens, too. Like, if you lock on and they do the thing just after you lock on, then it's like, no, you're not going to react to it. At least I won't. Unless you get trained to be ready for it right when you lock on, then okay, sure. But I don't play this game often enough for that to be, like, something that I'd think about for this long, let alone talk about for this long. It's a minute talking about this crap. That's why I don't get when people say, like, you know, movie, like, video essays about movies don't need to be longer than the movie itself. And it's like, well, like, anyone who's ever talked about the line, "I am your father" in Empire Strikes Back knows that, like, the line only takes 5 seconds to say, but you could talk about it for a half hour. You know, like, who are we kidding? Of course the video essay is going to be longer than the movie. If it is. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I don't know, I think it's fun when it is. Anyway. Okay, what do I say now? I'm fighting a fat guy. Yeah, this guy likes to suck you in, too. Well, and smoke, apparently. No, if you're fat and you smoke, well then let me tell you something, you're in trouble. There used to be this lady in the bakery, Mary. I called her Srightmare because of the way that Brett Favre says Srightmare, and there's something about Mary. So I literally called her that, Srightmare. Well, not to her face, but just when I was talking about her on my tapes or whatever. Anyway, she was like, she had to be at least 60 and at least 400 pounds, and she smoked. And I'm like, I'd be really surprised if she's still around. She was funny, though. She was another one of those people that kind of got pissed off a lot, but I don't know, though. It was kind of funny. Because at least she would just come out and say it. Like, she'd be like, "Son of a bitch!" You know? Whereas the other one would just be, like, whispering it, like, "Sick of this shit. Sick of this shit." Well, it's almost better if they just say it loud, you know? Like, let me know how you really feel here. You might as well at that point. You ain't fooling nobody. So, throw them to the spikes, and Hurricane Spin is definitely the way to do this. I guess in a vanilla playthrough, you might not necessarily have it at this point, because you have to get it from that guy by doing the 500 things. Speaking of which, that is another check. My sword could be there. I gotta give him Knight's Crests. I gotta check Stone Watcher Island. There's something there now that I have Power Bracelets, so that's a check. Trying to think of what else. I mean, there's definitely more stuff on Windfall Island. Oh, and there's the, yeah, the Savage Labyrinth. Could be there, too. If it comes down to it, like, I will do that, but I don't know. Like, if I do Savage Labyrinth, though, I'm definitely commentating that live. I'm not going to post-commentate that. Because that's just an experience that you have to do right. You can't just make that into a movie. Like, that's not... Of course, is that what I'm doing here? I'm not really too sure. We actually got a heart container drop from a boss. What are the odds of that? I guess fairly high. I don't know, it's like 1 in 10. You know, 1 in 10! 1 in 10! Don't wanna take your toilet seat. Poop in, poop out. Well, I guess that's the end of the video. Damn. I'm gonna just stand on the beach and reflect. Reflect on our life. Oh, I'm running out of video, so, bye. See you guys next time.